Another day, another box crouching episode. We're at 32 episodes right now. Incredible, man. I'm so happy, man. It makes me so happy. And some people have been watching at least, so makes me happy, makes me proud. If you could leave a like or subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to upgrade my microphone really soon, and it will be getting better and better every day. Hopefully, I'll be able to, repay your time with good entertainment, solid takes, and some wild takes some days also. And here we are. We had a bunch of games. Let's talk about them, baby. First, we had the Suns blowing out the Knicks as expected, and the Knicks, it appears they have RJ Barrett problem a little bit, as he has been awful. It feels like he's lacking confidence. He's not, getting anything to fall from the outside. He's not finishing inside. He's just been really off for, I don't know if it's the whole season, but most of the season he's just been off. And well, they paid him big money this off-season, and they need him to take some steps. And so far, the steps have been to the other side that they wanted. So I'm not sure what it is. When I watch him, it feels like it's confident thing. You don't see that his form has been really bad or something. It does not seem like his mechanics are broken on his shooting, but it's just not going in. And it could be a confidence thing. It probably is a confidence thing. Hopefully he figures it out. And the Knicks can get the best out of him. And Jalen Brunson, today he was pretty solid, but they hung around this game for a bit, but they got blown out in the second half, and it was just ugly. And the Suns campaign continues to be incredible in the starting lineup. He's had 21 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 7 of 14 from the field. He has been great since CP has been injured. He's filled in that role very nicely. Great stuff from him. Devin Booker had an okay, solid game, and pretty much everyone contributed from the starting lineup in a solid way. They didn't have to play that much even. Damian Lee was great off the bench once again. Great stuff from the Suns. They get a good win against the Knicks. Next up, we have the Wizards winning again as they beat the Hornets at home, and the Hornets still without LaMelo Ball, who's been hurt, unfortunately, and Terry Rozier was once again pretty awful today. Kelly Oubre continues to be at least pretty solid. PJ Washington had a struggle of a game. Gordon Hayward was good today. Nick Richards continues to be fun for him. Dennis Smith Jr. was great today. That's the best part about these Hornets, Dennis Smith Jr. Otherwise, it's pretty depressing. So let's move on to the Wizards, who have been the exact opposite. Kristaps Porzingis struggled today, but it didn't matter as Kyle Kuzma picked up the slack. He had 28 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 made threes. Bradley Beal was pretty great today again. 26 points, 5 assists, 5 steals. And he was 11 of 21 from the field. And the starters have been great for the Wizards these last few games. They started Corey Kispert today. He's been really solid over these games, and I'm happy to see that because it's good for him. He's a second-year player. He's been playing well. Great to see the Wizards are 10-7, one of the few surprises in a way, even though the schedule has been pretty good on them. Next up, we have the Kings getting to a 6-game winning streak as they beat the Pistons in a pretty tough game. The Pistons, Jaden Ivey had his best game of his rookie year in terms of efficiency to me. He was looking poised out there, but it didn't matter. Kevin Knox contributed. I was surprised to see the Fortnite guy there. 11 points, 5 rebounds. He was solid today, plus 13. And, well, it was mostly about the starters just, not being good enough on defense. They didn't get enough offense from everywhere else. Marvin Bagley had his return to Sacramento. It was weird to watch because, I get why the Kings fans hate him. I get why he hates Sacramento, but it was awkward to me. I don't know why. And the Kings get another win. Their defense obviously needs to improve, but the offense is sensational. De'Aaron Fox once again, 33 points, 7 assists, 11 of 18 shooting, sensational game. Kevin Huerter had a great game, 10 of 19, 24 points. Great stuff from him. Sabonis was great, 15, 13, and 7. He's been filling his role nicely. Keegan Murray returned and was pretty solid. Harrison Barnes has found his way in his role. 27 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. Incredible play from him. The bench today wasn't as good as it has been so far, but they keep winning. That's all that matters for the Kings. 9-6 now. Great stuff from the Kings. Next up, we have the Nets defeating the depleted Grizzlies as Kyrie returns to the court. And since Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson and Ja Morant were out today, Dillon Brooks got the greenest of green light, as he does anyway, but this was on another level. He shot 30 times, he had 31 points. It was nasty to watch. Steven Adams was pretty solid, but the bench just didn't do enough, especially Brandon Clark. They were depleted, they were hanging in there, but it got away from them in the fourth quarter. They fought as much as they could. Rough game for them. The Ja is week to week with a grade 1 sprain of his ankle, so we'll see how they hang around throughout these games. I'm not sure how tough their schedule is, but it's gonna be tough for these weeks. Obviously, Kyrie returned, which, I mean, I don't want to speak my opinion about Kyrie, but good for basketball, I suppose. He had 14 points, he was pretty solid. A little rusty but solid. Joe Harris shot the lights out, Royce O'Neal shot the lights out, and the biggest story of the game, obviously, Ben Simmons, who was sensational. 22 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Obviously, he has to cut out on the turnovers. He had 5 of them, but he was looking out there like, Philip Ben Simmons in a bit, a little more aggressive. He was just what you want him to be. That's all that matters. He looked great. Hopefully it stays this way. It's been these last 3 games, he's been really aggressive, he's been looking good. Hopefully he keeps it up. Next game is at Philadelphia, so that's going to be something to watch. Shout out KD, he was great. 26, 7 and 7. He's been sensational this season. He continues to put up his numbers. Now he has the 17th straight 25-point game to start the season, which is a record. Yuta Watanabe, best 3-point shooter in the league percentage-wise. He knocked down a lot of threes. Once he sees them go in, he's in the lights out. That's great to see. Good stuff for the Nets, who are on a probably upside trajectory right now. Next up, we had the Cavs blowing out the depleted Miami Heat, as the Heat are still without Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero, so they're really depleted. They hung around this game for a bit, but they just didn't have enough defensively, offensively for the Cavs, and it was a mismatch. Bam Adebayo was solid for me, 21.6 rebounds. He tried his best, but man, oh man, it was just they couldn't do anything. They didn't have enough. The Cavs were just a better team, and I love what I'm seeing for Evan Mobley. 15, 10 and 5, 1 steal. He looks like much better player to me already this season, and he's been showing some great flashes every game. Jared Allen continues to be great anchor defensively. He was solid. Darius Garland had a great game once again, 25.7 assists, and the bench finally did what they need to do from game to game. Caris LeVert continues to be a little weird offensively, but he was pretty solid. Cherry Osman had 20 points, 12 rebounds in 37 minutes. He did what he needed to do. This is what they need from him most of the games. Isaac Okoro had his best game of the season, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. This is what they need from him, obviously. They need him to at least be something offensively and defend his butt off. And that was what they got today. Great effort for them. They got the Hawks today. Should be a fun game. Next up, we have the Warriors winning on the road for the first time this season as they move to 1-8 on the road. The Warriors started this game off hot, but they let Houston get back into the game mostly because of the bench, and it was weird, but they got it done at the end as Clay and Steph, prime splash bros. Steph with 33 points, 15 assists, 7 of 14 from the 3-point line, 11 of 20 from the field. Man, he's been special this season. Clay, best game in a long time, 10 3-pointers, 10 of 13 from the 3-point line, 41 points. Great stuff from him. Draymond was really solid defensively and did some good things offensively also. And Andrew Wiggins, who made 6 threes also, which Wiggins, Clay and Steph had 23 3-pointers combined, which is the most for any trio ever. Sensational game from them. Besides from those missed dunks from Wiggins, which I don't know how the hell that happened, but hey, it happens, I suppose. And well, the problem is still the bench. Hopefully they can get better as they get more chemistry. Jermichael Green has been looking a lot better. I still really like Dante DiVincenzo. I would like more Kuminga minutes. Poole has to get it obviously together, but the lineups are enough. They'll figure it out. Then we have the Rockets, who fought their asses off, as Kenyon Martin was great off the bench with 12 points. Tari Eason with 19 off the bench, he was great. Kevin Porter Jr. made some really tough shots and he was pretty solid. 30 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Jalen Green struggled, as this has been pretty much the story for him. Couple of good games, couple of bad games, and nothing else. But Jabari Smith had his best game of his young career, and I'm happy for him. Obviously, I had to come against my Warriors, of course, as I have him in my, I've basically bashed him every video. Not bashed him, but, pointed out how he's been struggling. And it's great to see him get some confidence. I'm rooting for him, of course, because I'm not rooting against anyone who isn't an asshole, and he doesn't seem like one. 22.7 rebounds. He was great. Not great. He was as good as we've seen so far, but they just didn't have enough for the Warriors. We had the Nuggets beating the Mavs in Dallas without Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, which, man, Dallas has been losing these types of game all season long. And I'm not sure if it is underestimating the opponents or if they just, I don't know, it feels like that to me. And they just didn't get enough separation in this game. Then it felt like they were going to win it, and they let the Nuggets get back in it. We had the one hell of a bizarre situation when Luka hit the three-pointer to end the first half. Then it got waved off. 2 seconds left on the clock. Vlatko Cančar hits the half-court shot that essentially won them the game when they lost by 1. I mean, they won by 1, and it's crazy. Shout out Vlatko Cančar. He had 7 points. Cančar, I'm not sure. 4 rebounds, 3 of 3. That incredible three-pointer. Bones Highland, 29 points, 10 of 21. He kept them in it. Bruce Brown continues to be solid. My MPJ hit a clutch three-pointer to put them up 1. Shout out to him. Good win for the Nuggets. They played some solid defense, and they got a huge win without their 2 best players. The Mavs, well, they continue to be a really weird team. The starters were horrible, besides from Luka, obviously, as Spencer Dinwiddie was bad, RJ Barrett was bad, as he has been most of the season. Dorian Finney-Smith has done not much also. Dwight Powell at least contributed, but it was ugly. Tim Hardaway was horrible off the bench as he didn't make any shots. Josh Green, shout out to my guy Josh Green, he's been great. Davis Bertans also played some solid minutes in his 14 minutes. Luka was okay-ish, but it's not enough if he's okay-ish and Spencer Dinwiddie, Reggie Bullock are both having an off game. It was Luka, Josh Green and Davis Bertans, and that's it for the Mavs. So I don't know what to think of the Mavs, but we know what they are, as I keep repeating every time I talk about them. And that's just it, I guess. And last but not least, we had a blowout as the Lakers blew out the Spurs, which I kinda expected, and I'm mad at myself that I didn't bet on it, but I guess I'm not a bettor, so rough for me. And I saw this from a mile away, and now the LeBron lying to me, I suppose, but I just felt like the Lakers were gonna win because they were on a roll, they're at home. The Spurs have been really bad these last few games. Not last few games, I'm not sure if it's been a couple of weeks, but at least a week and a half they've been really bad. And it continues as they shot 39% from the field, 20% from the three-point line. Keldon Johnson had a bad game today. Well, everyone pretty much had a bad game today, so shout out Charles Bassey, he was pretty okay. And the Lakers get another feel-good win. Anthony Davis continues to look really great, 30 and 18. This is what you want from him. This is encouraging for the Lakers fans, for the Lakers to get out of the, Wembanyama watch teams as well. That's what, if the AD is like this, they got some outside shot at something, maybe, who knows. Austin Reeves, 21 points, he's been great these couple of games on this winning streak. Russ left the game early due to a thumb injury, if I'm correct. It was something to do with his hand. Hopefully he's alright. He'll still be more information throughout the day. I'll keep you posted tomorrow in tomorrow's Box Score Watching episode. Kendrick Nunn had a good game. Schroeder had a good game. Thomas Bryant had a good game. some good stuff for them without LeBron these couple of games. We'll see if they can piece together even more, because their schedule has been pretty okay, and I think these next couple of games are still pretty alright throughout November. Maybe they can end on a high note on some long winning streak, and they could actually do something as LeBron returns. And that about does it. Some cool games, but I was happy with my Warriors. That was a fun game, even though it should have been, a blowout, but I had my fun with it. It was cool to see Ben Simmons being so engaged. The Mavs Nuggets game was pretty fun also. Some cool stuff. Today I can't wait for the Hawks against the Cavs. That should be fun. Celtics Bulls. The Celtics probably gonna destroy the Bulls, but who knows? Now that I've said it, the Bulls gonna win. Bucks Blazers could be fun, but the Blazers are missing Dame, but they've shown resilience. Should be still an interesting watch. My Warriors against the Pelicans on a back-to-back. I'm not sure who plays, who doesn't. There's not been any report if I'm correct. Hopefully Steph, Draymond and Wiggins play and we piece a winning streak together finally. And the Jazz against the Clippers, that should be a good one also. And I'll be here to report it all once again in another box score watching episode.